Let's show you what you'll need to supply and what AccuCope supplies. To mount your tool to a table, you'll need 3 soft jaw clamps. Unless you mount it to a compound miter saw, you'll need a 1 or 2 inch clamp to mount it to your fence. You'll have to supply a plunge router. It must have the ability to plunge for setting up the guide pin with your cutting bit. And in the base, it must have the ability to accept a 3/8 rod, because the guide pin that we give you mounts to your router with a 3/8 rod. Let's show you the 2 ways that it can be mounted. At the end of any table, these clamps work just fine. A C clamp might exert a lot of pressure here, so these soft jaw clamps work pretty well. Gives you a couple of 100 pounds of pressure, and that's all you're ever going to need. The third clamp would mount your workpiece in, right here. And you always put your clamp right where this grip tape is. It'll hold your workpiece solid, so when you make your cut, it's not going to move. Now for the contractors who have their saws mounted on a table that folds up and rolls away, you could use your saw as a workbench. You go to make your cope cut, you put your small clamp on there, and that's going to make that thing solid, where you can make your cope cut, but never use your saw to cut anything to length because of the unstable condition here. So you just use it as a workbench, you mount your AccuCope to it. When you're done with your cope cut, it takes a couple of seconds, pop it off, your profile never changes, make all your cuts to length. You need to make your next cope, just pop it back on again. It's the safe way to do things.